This is how you leverage financial plans to save money in taxes for your company and to fund your retirement. Financial plans. There are multiple different types of financial plans. And if you are looking at this video on the YouTube format, there is going to be a disclosure, which, by the way, this is not considered an investment or tax advice. I want to make sure that you understand the opportunities and the plans that are available out there in the market. What is a qualified plan? For today, we're going to talk about qualified plans, specifically a defined contribution plan that you're going to be able to leverage as a profit sharing contribution. The IRS tells us a qualified plan is a special retirement savings arrangement created by the government to help business and employees save money for the future. If you already have worked with other types of retirement accounts, if you had a 401k, your employer had offered you one of them in the past, but if you are a business owner, you need to leverage these opportunities for your business. A tax benefit for business owners is going to be the fact that every contribution that you put into these plans for yourself and for your employees, it will become a tax deduction for your business on the current calendar year. Now, let's remember, there are different types of qualifying retirement accounts, but for your employees, the benefit is for your employees to be able to work with you longer. You're going to be able to retain a high talent for your business in an environment that has become very tough, let's face it, to find new employees. So if your business is in a position to offer qualified plans, you want to look into this opportunity for employee retention as well, besides saving money in taxes. What type of qualified plans would you want to focus? Primarily, we're going to talk about today about defined contribution plans. However, they are also defined benefit plans. The way I like to put this together, and you are looking at the screen behind me, there's two types of tortillas. You have your defined contribution plan, your corn tortilla, and you have your defined benefit plan, which is probably your flour tortilla. What really matters here is the type of meat that you're putting in this taco. What are you going to fill it up with? So now let's really look into it. When it comes to defined contributions, there are multiples, and obviously I'm not going to focus in all of them, but you have a traditional profit sharing plan. You also have an age-weighted profit sharing plan. So now we're talking about the meat. What type of meat are we going to put in this tortilla? And the most important part is, what is it going to do for us, the owners of the company, but what is also going to do for your employees? When we try to focus on a defined contribution plan, this is for a company that is generating revenue. If you are in the process, if your company is making over $250,000 in profit and you want to make sure that you can find a way to move the money, this is what you're going to want to focus on, because a defined contribution plan will allow you to put more money into the retirement accounts of certain employees that are key for your business to continue to work and run the business for you and for yourself as well as the business owner of the company. A lot of the people call it what's going to be a non-discriminatory type of a retirement plan or versus a discriminatory type of retirement plan. A defined contribution plan will allow you to put more fundings into the owner's pockets and some specific owners, employees of the company as well. Let me show you. There is this defined contribution profit sharing plan that I want to share with you a scenario. If you're on social media, you may not be able to see this particular scenario, but if you're on YouTube on the long content format, you will be able to see it. And if you are looking at this video on social media, I recommend you to click on the link that you're going to see somewhere below so that you can go and see the whole entire presentation. A defined contribution profit sharing plan. What in this case, it allowed us to reallocate $210,000 annually from the company's cash flow. Now, once again, remember this, a defined contribution plan is for a company that has the cash flow coming into the company to be able to reallocate into this particular strategy. In this case, we work with $210,000 annually for the next 7 years. This was the commitment that we put in the contract. From here, from the $210,000, we created a tax savings for the company of over $69,000 annually. So when you think about the fact that you're putting $210,000 into this plan from a business perspective, but it's going to generate you $69,000 worth of tax savings, then you probably should see it as the point, or the net after-tax cost of the plan is really $140,000. But for here, what I want to make sure that you guys pay attention in this slide, the plan cost for key employees is $183,000 from the $210,000. Who are the key employees in this case? So from the $210,000 that we're taking out from the company's cash flow, $183,000 is going back into the key employees or owners of the company. This tells us that the remaining $40,000 $20,000 is going to help us fund this process. This accounts for our employees. It is a qualified plan, so we still need to make sure that our employees are getting part of these benefits so that the company can leverage these tax deductions. Now, if you look at this closely, the annual plan salary, this means is we need to understand what is the salary of the employees of the business. Because from here, we're going to be able to understand or pinpoint how much we can allocate towards each employee, whether it's going to be a key owner of the company or an actual employee of the company. We need to know the salaries. When you look at where is the money going? Well, we're talking about a defined contribution plan. On the left-hand column, we're seeing the fund. The fund happens to be a life insurance policy, which is the vehicle that we chose in this case to put some of this money away. And on the premium section, it's the annuity. So remember earlier when I said you're going to have your contribution plan, your corn tortilla, and what matters is what the meat is? This is the meat right here. The meat is going to be either the life insurance or it's going to be the annuity. So if you look at the first three funds, $61,000, and then $45,000. The $61,000 is the annual premium that is going into a life insurance policy for the first two owners of the company. Why is the second owner of the company only getting, I'm sorry, the fund is the annuity part of it, not the premium. My apologies. So bring that back. The fund is the annuity. The premium is the life insurance premium that we're putting into it. Why are we putting $61,000 in the first two owners versus only $45,000 into the annuity for the owner number three? That is the age factor. We got to pay attention to these keys information for every single owner of the company and the employees as well. So we chose to allocate $61,000 on an annuity for the first two owners. On the third one, we chose to allocate $45,750 and $15,250 on a life insurance premium. Why does this matter? Life insurance policies, you're going to have additional benefits that you may not have on the actual annuity. And now you look at the numbers after that. $3,100, $6,300, $2,700, $2,400, $2,700, $3,100. Those funds is what's going into the actual employees of the company. So you start to really understand if you are an owner, this is beneficial for your company because you are getting the higher tax deduction that you can. And people might be thinking about this video, well, that's unfair for the employee. Those are just some of the strategies that are available. You may think it's not fair for the employee, but yet there are other ways to compensate your employees in your business, which you should pay attention to. You want to make sure that your employees are able to stay with you happy, and you want to offer them benefits so that your business continues to operate the way it does. But then you look on the side, on the right side of the column, the same employees are also getting a premium going into the life insurance part of it. So in the end, to summarize this video, a total of $210,000 is being allocated into this vehicle. From there, we're utilizing an annuity. We're utilizing life insurance to make sure that we can create the tax savings for the company of $69,000. This, my friends, is what we call a defined contribution profit sharing plan. If you want to understand more how to implement this plan for your business, does it make sense? First questions you need to ask yourself, does your company have the cash flow to fund this type of vehicles for the next 7 years? This is not just a 1 year hit it and quit it. But at the end of the day, let's bring it back down. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. Luke 2:46. Business owners, sometimes we don't want to ask the right questions because we think we know it all. And this is what's going to hold you back from being able to grow a business, a sustainable business. Don't be afraid to ask questions, but also don't be afraid to come humbly and ask God to show you how is it that you can grow this business, not just for your benefit, but for the benefit of others. Because at the end of the day, being in business is to serve others. This is why I'm in business, because I want to be able to serve the 50 members that work with Enleto Financial. I want to be able to serve all the business owners that I had the blessing to work with and give you guys consultation. Don't be afraid to ask questions. I appreciate you looking into this video. If you held back for this long, make sure that you register to find out our next videos that we're going to be bringing up for yourself. Stay in touch with TG Consulting Services, Tony Gutierrez Consulting LLC. Follow and look into Enleto Financial and Insurance Services to learn about these strategies and more that we have available. But be a part of the community. Go into my social medias. Make sure that you follow and you become a community member, not just a follower. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. God bless. God bless Riverside.